It's good to have you back again. In my series on business transformation, here is my next presentation. Every organization would like to have the demand of the market suitable to their most profitable portfolio. Demand planning is an effective planning tool which could help you do that. Shaping demand or selecting the demand suitable to the organization goal is one of the chief achievements you could have with demand planning. Demand planning is a process of forecasting the future needs of your products and services. Demand planning is an essential supply chain planning process. We use the past to predict the future and incorporate internal and external changes to be updated on the past performance to predict the future ahead. We apply bias and trend adjustments to try to make the forecast as realistic as possible and always keep in mind the organizational and financial goals to ensure the forecast we are taking in is aligned to those goals. The success of this demand planning process is to have consensus with all the stakeholders and keep a real-time analysis of the performance and keep modifying the demand as we go. The demand planning process goes something like this. At the end of each month, historical sales data is extracted from the system using a software or into an Excel sheet, and this data is cleansed to remove the outliers like extreme spikes or dips. Then strategic inputs given by the organization as well as operational inputs are incorporated to provide a base demand forecast, which is then taken across to the stakeholders in the sales team. Based on the inputs of the market, bias and trend adjustment is done to this demand before it is sent on to the supply team, who then constrain the demand to the supply, balancing both the demand and the supply to optimize the overall process. This forecast is taken back to the stakeholders to arrive at a consensus, both at the sales team by the demand planning team and the operations by the supply team. This forms a basis of information sent across to the executive team in the executive s&op meeting, who then give us strategic direction to take things forward. In the next cycle of data gathering, these inputs that come from the executive s&op meeting are incorporated into the cleansing process. Demand planning is a very effective planning tool that could be used to the benefit of the organization. It could improve the product forecast accuracy if applied properly, improve production scheduling, and then ensuring the right product is available, shape the demand to the organizational needs, optimize the inventory, ensuring that we have the right product available at the right time in the right place, optimize manpower depending on the demand pull of the market, and create an efficient cash flow management process for the company. Things to keep in mind to have an effective demand planning process. Never overcomplicate the process more than is required by the organization. All stakeholders need to agree at what level and to what level of accuracy we need the demand forecast to be to have an effective planning process. Keep in mind there is an inbuilt inaccuracy due to the uncertainty of the market and the factors that are out of the control of the stakeholders. There is always a cognitive bias unique to each of the stakeholders. Some of them are overconfident and some of them are over-conservative. Market is over in demand and sometimes below the demand. So there is always a cognitive bias in the process. There's a fine balancing act to be done between statistical modeling and practical implementation. And this is the key in having an effective demand planning process. Trust this presentation has given you an insight into the effective tool called demand planning, which could really help an organization pick and choose the demand which is going to provide the best profit and optimize the overall process of the organization. In my series on business transformation, coming next is supply planning, an effective tool to optimize the supply and immediately impact the bottom line. Stay tuned and enjoy. I'm sure you learned something new in this video which would help you perform better at your workplace. If you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel for content of the same type. Please stay safe in these difficult times. This is Grenville wishing you well.